Why do the media relentlessly, vindictively, and viciously pursue certain people to destroy them? Yeah, good question. This is it's interesting. I think that this is something that's becoming more and more apparent to more people, that the media do have this MO in so many circumstances. And I think it reflects a broader change culturally. And I'm going to get in trouble for using the word postmodern because it's an inexact word. But, let's call it a postmodernistic custard. Lots of ideas, but, postmodernism is definitely one of them, where you wind up in a situation because of the influence of those ideas on our society where truth is not valued or really believed in. And so there is nothing that sort of binds us all together. There's nothing, media sort of rests on the idea of dialogue, right? The two people can come together, two opinions, you can talk to each other, and you can find the truth, which is something that you're both trying to grasp towards. And the truth is the ideal, right? That's something that you want to find. We don't believe that so much anymore as we believe that there really is no such objective truth that's good and worth pursuing. We believe instead that really this is all about politics and power. People use their truth claims to try and bring people under their control. And when truth stumbles and dies, when truth is not valued, all you have left is power. You have people's political opinions vying for supremacy. And you will do whatever it takes to have that political opinion or viewpoint, regardless of whether it's true, reign supreme, because that's the power play that you're running after. And so, people, that's had its unconscious effect on people. And you see it very powerfully in the media, which is if there's something that is said that doesn't suit their view of the world or their political and ideological focus, then they will seek relentlessly not just to have the view silenced, but they will seek to have the person saying it discredited so they can't be listened to again, or so that people won't want to listen to them again. Certainly that's the story of survival for people like me in the media. Every question, nearly every interview, is designed only to make you put together a form of words that they can use to bring you down, regardless of what it says about what you actually believe. Every question is calculated to trip you up, to put you in your place, to discredit you. They're not interested in hearing or understanding what you have to say. It's a big political exercise. It's all about, it's infused by this sense of sort of just playing with power rather than dealing with truth. That's one of the big changes that's taken place in society, and media is at the vanguard of it. I think a lot of people are fed up with them and fed up with the way that's going. And so here's the good news, and it's this: media's dead. Media's dead. It's been dying a long time. It's still got the death rattle about it, but it's not going to exist with the same force, the same power as it does today, or it did yesterday. Indeed, it's already been on the decline. And a big change is moving into its place, and it's exactly what I'm doing now, which is social media. You are getting the rise and rise of people who can present themselves on their terms with their whole message, complete and succinct, to others. And people who are not stupid and are sick of the sound bites and the manipulation and the editing of the mainstream media can go and find their own opinions and views, and they can hear people out in other forums. I was listening to a very insightful podcast with Jordan Peterson and Joe Rogan the other day. Speaking of Joe Rogan, one of the biggest podcasts there is on the internet. Listen to, I think there's billions of downloads every month. So Jordan Peterson said this. He said that for the first time in history, the spoken word has become as powerful as the written word. And you see that in the change in people listening and watching rather than reading. You should read, by the way, but that is a big change. And that's a real change that isn't going away. And you also see that in the sense that the mediums that are being presented to people are audio-visual mediums, and they're growing rapidly. And I really mean rapidly. YouTube has become the largest television network in the world, Podcasts are exploding. And as an example of the change that's coming through on a generational shift, I still have blogs put up sometimes in written form, but it's for older audiences. There's a generational shift taking place. At the moment, younger people just don't read. They access these other mediums. And to give you a sense of that, I was speaking at a school a while ago, and I had years 5 through 12 sitting in front of me, so quite a lot of students. And a question was asked of me about the media, and I just said, show of hands here, who knows who David Koch is? Kochie, Sunrise. And amazingly, astonishingly, I think 3 kids put their hand up. And I sort of said, I thought to myself, they might not be listening. I said, who here knows who Waleed Ali is? And similar sort of show of hands, maybe a couple more. And then I said, who here knows who? And I went through a range of TV personalities, very low uptake. And I thought, just check that they're not asleep. I said, who here knows who Israel Folau is? And all the hands went up. And I thought, so they're not asleep. And then I said, who here watches YouTube? And all the hands went up. And it really was another moment where I just went, yep, that's the future. So yeah, the media, as a generalization, are a pretty crooked bunch in the way that they deal with people, in the due process that they give to people, in their concern about what people really believe, and in the way they, it's all pretty bad. But I just think that they're going to continue to weaken. And there is a revolution taking place. And Jordan Peterson said it's a revolution on the level of the printing press, and I think he might be right. And it's happening under our very noses, and history will look back at this as quite a key moment. So that's why I do what I do online now, and sort of all my encounters with the media just make me more committed to putting out good content on the internet, where I can actually make my point of view heard, and I can actually speak the truth unfiltered, unedited, and without somebody simply trying to bring me down. And when you go through weeks sometimes of just every question being accusatory and trying to undo you and make you trip, it gets all a bit much. And so there's other means and other avenues, and we can praise God for that. Hey guys, make sure you click like to like the video, or hit the subscribe button down here and click on the bell so you don't miss any notifications. And to watch more videos, just click here. Cheers. Go on, click one. You know you want to.